So here we have an agency that has implemented EFC and it's being well received by the road here. So quick breakdown on the situation. We have an intoxicated suspect that kept going into the gas station, going behind the counter, causing a ruckus. Here we have the primary officer making contact with the suspect, secondary officer walking up. Notice how they initially both start to create a really good angle on the individual, trying to control the limbs of the suspect. Now notice here, the secondary officer starts to step on the foot of the suspect. This is a technique or concept used to help disrupt the base of an individual. Now, understanding the position you're in is going to make this effective. I like to utilize it from a 2-on-1 position or a wrist weave position. It reduces the individual's ability to step, meaning you can take them down a little more efficiently. Let's talk about this really quick. Controlling both hands or limbs before the handcuffs come out. Why is this important? One, if the suspect starts to resist while we have one cuff on, now they potentially have a weapon on their wrist and then it can be utilized against the officers and or themselves, and of course we don't want that to happen. So it's important that we have both hands controlled, and the great way we can do that is by grabbing two fingers like the index finger and the middle finger together and then applying our cuffs that way. So obviously they start to encounter some resistance. Primary officer recognizes that and a takedown ensues. Notice how the secondary officer follows, still controlling the left arm of the suspect. Now check this out. Primary officer goes straight into a shin on top position. Secondary officer immediately goes to the low anchor. This is textbook EFC, splitting the hemisphere of the suspect, low anchor, and then a shin on top position. This is a great way to establish control and or understanding SOPs and communication of team tactics. Now notice how the secondary officer here is still trying to apply the handcuff. It must have been basically already on, so he's going to go ahead and secure that. Notice how the primary officer here starts to tap the right arm of the suspect, gaining compliance. Notice their composure, cool, calm, and collected. This is exactly what we're looking for. When you know what you're doing, this is the kind of response you get. This is awesome, guys. Understanding roles and responsibilities and communication. Once he knew that the handcuff was established, the primary officer moves into what we call a wedge position. Basically, in this scenario, he's taking his left quad and moving it up underneath the left arm of the suspect, basically putting his knee where the suspect's shoulder is. What that does is, one, it helps prevent the suspect from getting their arm back, and it also prevents the suspect or reduces their ability to rolling to that left side. Now notice how the secondary officer now moves down the end of the lever of the lower extremities and pushes the heels out. This is a great way to reduce the suspect's ability to build base. Again, notice the demeanor, cool, calm, and collective. Primary officer is now reaching for inside position, combing the fingers with the armpit hair, trying to extract the right arm, looking for that A grip, which is the pinky line, or the B grip, which is the wrist. Suspect extends the arm. He goes with the B grip, extracts the arm, moves the wedge up with his right leg, and then finishes his handcuffing sequence. Guys, this is a boring use of force. This is exactly what we want to see. Suspect is safe, officers are safe, phenomenal communication. Remember, team tactics. We want to talk about roles and responsibilities and communication, knowing what to do, knowing when to do it, and then communicating that to your partner. Textbook EFC, great job by this agency, guys. Go train.